The final week of August is here, and it's time to get caught up on all things Lebanon Warriors. We're here with Keith Pantling. Good morning, Keith.
Rob, good to see you as always. Weather's looking great this week. I always check on Sunday. It looks like the heat died down a little bit. So a little bit back to normal here, kind of a little more fall-like, and excited for the week.
You know, it's interesting. Last week was almost like spring season, because we can go a week at a time with weather issues. And normally in the fall, you don't have a full week of weather-related issues. But boy, that was a challenge last week.
Certainly, we're used to getting some of those lightning delays and things on Friday nights, and obviously our evening soccer matches. We haven't run into that yet, but that was some serious heat for sure.
Woo! Yeah, you got that right. But it's going to be a great week for student athletes to participate, and fall is starting to get here, I think. So let's start with football, a close one at Milford, right? At Milford.
No, we were home Friday night. It was an awesome football game, a great opener for us. Entire community out, youth night, the whole gamut. Milford got out to a 28-3 lead, and we showed some serious resiliency, came all the way back, took the lead with 2 minutes to go, and then Milford had a great drive that they capped off with a touchdown and ended up with the win. But incredibly proud of our kids, and just the night of football and festivities for our community was absolutely awesome. Thought we really deserved it after the second half that we had, but you keep moving on and move on to the next one. It doesn't get any easier in our conference as we're off to Anderson this week.
So with the second half play for the Warriors, it sounds like things are on the upswing, and it sounds like it's going to be an excellent season for the varsity football team.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say, every year you kind of look in our coaching staff. I really want to give credit for putting our kids in position to be successful. Every year you kind of look and you're going to have some deficiency somewhere, especially when you're a smaller D1 school. You're not going to just reload across the board. And I think our coaches do a really good job of putting our kids in the best position to be successful. And then I'd just like to give our kids credit. Just such a resilient group, and there's a belief in each other and an expectation to win. And we're 1-1 right now, but I would like to think that we are overachieving from where many thought we would be at this point.
Okay.
But as you know, we got a really tough schedule. You got to keep chipping away, and we go Anderson, Loveland, Little Miami, I believe, the next few weeks. So just keep chipping away. A lot of positives though in the program right now.
Let's talk a little bit about the community night and all the people that came out and participated, and how gratifying that has to be for you. I know that the team didn't get the W, but it sounded like for the experience on the night for Lebanon, the Lebanon community, it sounds like it was a win.
Yeah, it was awesome. Youth night, we weren't sure if it was going to deter some people from coming with the heat, and they showed up in droves as expected, and we're out there, 100 degrees, 6 o'clock, walking across the track, and their families and their coaches and grandparents and everybody there.
Awesome.
And then sticking around for the game, supporting the high school team, cheerleaders, band, everybody. Just, it was it's always fun. You're never prepared for it either. I mean, we had trash cans overflowing, and as you can imagine, it's a good problem to have. But the community support here at Lebanon is awesome.
Yeah, that's great to hear, Keith. Let's switch gears to the last participating varsity sport every fall, cross country. They finally got to run this weekend, and also they have a big event coming up this week. So let's talk about how they did in Morrow, and then what's coming up for cross country.
Yeah, I saw our coaches. Obviously, we were at the football game Friday night when they returned from that event, and spoke really highly of the way it was ran, and excited to go back there. The property they thought was absolutely beautiful, especially if there's a little milder weather in the future. It'll be an awesome event. Our boys ended up taking second. I think crossing first for us is Calvin Kilgallen, which is a name you'll hear a lot this year. Okay. Ended up at state for track and field last year, and probably going to have his name all over the record books as he finishes up his career this season in cross country and track. And then Nate Cochran did a great job as well, finishing second for our squad. So they finished second overall on the boys side. The girls, I think, were a little bit further down the list in terms of team rankings. But Hannah Glassmeyer and Lena Wilson came through first for our girls squad. So turning the page, we host our annual Running a Warrior event this weekend.
That's
It's
a big
Labor Day
event.
every year. Yeah. And so there are a couple other events around Southwest Ohio that kind of, depleted, if you will, over the past few years, and has made ours a more popular destination as people kind of try to return to the same events annually.
Sure.
And so we have our most entries ever, over 2,000 runners this Saturday on our high school property. So super excited. Do you want me to plug our parking and stuff right now, Rob?
Absolutely. We'll hit it now, and then we'll do it again at the end.
Well, with 2,000 runners throughout the day, the girls' race takes off at 8 a.m., the girls' high school race, followed by the boys. And then we have some open races. A kids' fun run takes place at 10:40, I believe. And then at 11:40, our junior high races begin. So it's an action-packed day on our high school property. It's a really, really fun event. But getting on campus is a $7 pre-sale ticket to scan in when you get here per vehicle. So $7 per vehicle, you scan into the property. On the day of, it's $10 cash. So we'll split the traffic and things, but I would encourage you to get the $7 pre-sale ticket to get on campus very quickly and not wait in the line that tends to back up at the peak times during that race for the $10 charge per vehicle on the day of.
Okay, and they can get that pre-sale at LebanonWarriors.com.
That's correct. Yep.
Okay, and wow, do you need any more assistance from Lebanon Warriors fans, or is everything ready to go? Anything that we can appeal to your fans?
Our cross country program is absolutely first class. So they have more supporters and volunteers than you can think of. They have hospitality for coaches. They'll be working on the course all day on Friday. Our grounds crew does a great job of maintaining the course and getting that all set up this week. So it's a grinder, but they have a full force of people getting things ready. But it's one of my favorite days of the year to see everybody onto our high school campus, where we don't host a lot of outdoor events, and we kind of turn it into a racetrack for the day.
Well, that's fun. And you know what? It looks like it's going to be just beautiful weather for that event. So
yep.
Best of luck to all the cross country runners and the supporters and coaches, and a big success to them. Let's switch gear to golf. We'll start off with boys golf. Looks like a couple of ECC matches this week. Tuesday, just one this week. Looks like Tuesday with Loveland at Hickory Woods.
Yeah, and then they will host Anderson on Wednesday.
Okay.
I believe at Shaker. So right into the heart of the ECC schedule. Struggling a little bit out the gate in terms of depth, but hoping some of the guys can continue to progress. That's the game of golf. The more you play, the better you can kind of hone in your skills and things. Peyton Lawley continues to impress towards the top for us. But the ECC is a really, really tough league in terms of golf. So we'll see what we can do this week to try to stay and stay with the pack. As you know, the season's pretty darn quick, so we don't have a ton of time left here to hone in and fine tune our skills.
And then girls, looks like on Thursday, travel to the Springboro Invitational at Heatherwood.
Yeah, so last week it seemed like they played every day in this heat. Now this week, when you probably want to be out there playing, we're limited to just one event on Thursday. But the Springboro Invitational is an awesome one. One of my favorite courses. Heatherwood is a beautiful venue, so they'll head out there on Thursday. I know they're looking forward to it.
Nice. Best of luck to them. Let's switch over to soccer. Boys, looks like they're traveling Tuesday to Fenwick and then hosting the Raptors Thursday on campus. Two tough teams.
Yeah, I think I brought this up the last 2 weeks about our boys soccer program, but lost 14 seniors. Our coach of 8 years kind of stepped away, and it may have been even more than that, longer than that, but just kind of like not a ton of excitement surrounding things this year. Coach Josh Aaron, I mentioned this before, just got these kids to believe in themselves, believe in a system. They believe in each other.
So excited.
I've been so impressed watching them, beating some teams we haven't competed with the last few years in terms of topping Carroll. tying one with Springboro, who's going to be up there, and then turning around and beating Milford. Just
Huge.
goes to show what some hard work and a belief in each other and kind of a system can do for you. So like you said, we got a tough ones coming up, but hopefully they can continue to keep this thing going.
It's great. On the girls' side, travel to Anderson to take on the Raptors on Tuesday, and then host a tough Alter squad at home. Oh, no, that looks like so Road Warriors this week at Alter as well. So on the road for the girls' soccer team.
Yeah, starting off on the wrong side of their first few matches, and things don't get any easier. But coach will have them ready to go, as I mentioned before. Just trying to adjust on the fly and figure out how to put our kids in position to be successful. So I think they're kind of working on that now. The injuries haven't been friendly to us the last few years for Coach Edmonds. So, but they'll keep battling, and we'll just kind of see where the chips fall. But they'll continue representing Lebanon proudly through the schedule.
Good luck to them this week. Girls tennis looks like they're Road Warriors as well this week at Fairmont, at Loveland, at Northwest. So looks like a traveling week for the girls tennis program.
Yep, 3 on the road, and then the heart of the ECC schedule after that. And before you know it, we'll be at TPC for that end of year ECC championship and on to sectional. So they're doing well. They had a nice win over Little Miami last week to start off conference play, and we'll see how things shake out these next couple of weeks.
Sounds great. And then we'll wrap this week's show with going inside with girls volleyball. Looks like they have an ECC. Well, no, ECC week Tuesday, Thursday this week at Little Miami. Tuesday, hosting the Wolves of West Claremont on Thursday.
Yeah, 3-1 to start the season, 1-0 in the ECC. Like we do every year in volleyball, Rob, our non-conference schedule is out of this world. So
yes.
we'll play the GGCL schools. Lost a tough one to Ursuline on Saturday, but that's intentional to get them ready for conference play, and then obviously the postseason where you're gonna line up with some of the top dogs. So they'll get back on track this week, hopefully, with 2 ECC matches. And then it looks like Kings and Turpin and a few others are atop the ECC schedule with them. And those matches will come up quickly, and we'll try to be there at the top again like we are pretty typically for the ECC.
Yeah, that sounds great. And best of luck to them this week. Before we wrap, Keith, let's go ahead and talk about the cross country again, just on the parking situation and getting tickets ahead of time to save yourself some money. And let's just hit that one more time.
Yeah, so Saturday morning, starting as early as 6:45, 7 o'clock, people start flocking to campus. So if you buy ahead of time, again, just 1 ticket per vehicle at LebanonWarriors.com. In our box office, a $7 parking voucher ticket will get you in. We'll scan you in. You'll head to the back of campus and quickly find a spot. If you do not, it's a $10 cash charge, which is fine, but that line at the peak times will back up down Drake Road, probably all the way to the traffic light. We'll go as fast as we can, but getting all the cars in that day is no joy. And we know a lot of people like to show up 10 minutes before their kid's about to race. So get there early if you don't have the pre-sale ticket, but we're trying to do our best to get everybody on and on campus and in position to watch the race. Also, we do not allow dogs on campus. So every year we push it out to all of our participating schools. And we will turn people away that have dogs just because the people running on in the race, we've had some incidents before and at other venues as well. So
got it. Well, great information. Great stuff. Best of luck to all the Lebanon Warriors student athletes this week and the coaches. Keith, thank you for your time. Have a great week. We'll touch base next week and have an awesome week.
All right, Rob. Thanks for checking in.